Okay, friends, let us start with the next topic in the customer satisfaction or customer involvement, the Kano model and the customer retention. As a part of the total quality management and model 3 customer satisfaction, this Kano model and customer retention plays a vital role in this topic. Okay, let us see what is this Kano model talks about and what is this customer retention is. A Kano model was developed in the early 80s by a Japanese professor called Noriyuki Kano, but continues today as the essential tool for all the organizations of any kind of the size. It may be a large scale or small scale or medium scale. Then what this Kano model is talks about, there are two dimensions in the Kano model. The one is the horizontal line and one is the vertical line with the four quadrants concept. As you know, in the mathematics we have the four quadrants. The same four quadrant concept is applicable here in the Kano model, but the horizontal axis x axis is called as a achievement axis, and the vertical y axis is called as a satisfaction axis. Here the horizontal axis talks about from left to right, supplier didn't do well to the supplier did very well. Okay, that is the supplier point of the view. It is goes from left to right as the x axis. In case of the y axis, the satisfaction, it goes from the dissatisfaction to the satisfaction of the product or services. Let us see how exactly this works in the four quadrants. You can see here the x axis, there is from the left hand side need unfulfilled to the need fulfilled. This is how the x axis horizontal axis works. It is from the company point of view. From the customer point of view, see the vertical line. From the bottom line, it is the dissatisfaction to the satisfactions. There are three lines you are seeing with the different colors. There are four quadrants also. You can see the top corner, this is the cursor. You can see this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. See here in the first quadrant, when the product is fulfilling its needs, the customer is also happy, and this quadrant is very much required when any product or the service is developed. If you take the second quadrant, there is need unfulfilled to the need satisfied. Okay, this is the quadrant. In the third quadrant, unfulfilled as well as dissatisfied. The fourth quadrant is need fulfilled but it is dissatisfied. Okay, these four quadrants you can very easily assess how the product will work in the market. Let us go with the first line at the center line, the blue color line. You can see the what is expected in the product is it should perform well. It has to do its primary function. See it is not need unfulfilled to it has to move up to the need fulfilled in the direction vertical in the at an angle of 45 degree. Then at the same time you can see the dissatisfaction of the customer to the satisfaction of the customer. In that direction the product is moving. Okay, this is a regular kind of the curve you can see in any product or service. This is what is expected. Okay, if you take, there are two curves, one is red color and one is green color. Let us talk about the red color curve first, which comes under the category in the third as well as the fourth quadrant, need unfulfilled as well as need fulfilled to the need unfulfilled as well as the customer dissatisfaction here. Okay, these are the must be conditions, or these are the dissatisfiers. These are expected in the quality. Take an example. When you go to the hotel, if you are ordering a tea, the tea should be served in a hot condition. If the tea is served in a cold condition, automatically you will feel very dissatisfied. That means these are expected, but they are must be conditions. Okay, if you are not doing well with these conditions, then automatically the customer will be very dissatisfied. Then this curve is to be improved to the next green color or the at least the blue color curve. Okay, let us go with the one more curve with the green color, which talks about the excitement or the delighters. Take example of the same tea example. If you go to the hotel, if you order for a tea, then if the tea is served with some additives like fragrances or some additional things, then you will feel some Ayurvedic contents, then automatically you will feel excited to drink that tea. Okay, these are the things which are not expected, but if you put them, then automatically the customers are delighted or they are excited. The every product or the service should make the customer to be delighted. You have to give the suspenses or the surprises to the customers who are get excited or they feel very happy when they are present in that particular product or the services. In that way the product should be developed. This Kano model will help you how the product should be developed. Always the product is expected in this region or in this category or in this arrow should follow with the product or service designed by any product, any company. Okay, let us see in detail. This is how the two-dimensional figure will be drawn. It is in the last picture you have seen the red color is the diverse direction, but this is the case it should be. Okay, this is how the Kano model works in all the companies' customer satisfaction. Then just now I talked about what is this must be conditions, one dimensional, that is a blue color line, and there is one more condition is the satisfiers and dissatisfiers. Here the must be conditions, they are expected and taken granted. You have to include them. If you don't add them, then automatically the customer will get dissatisfied. The one dimensional are satisfaction when fulfilled and dissatisfaction when not fulfilled. They are spoken and expected. Then next one is attractive quality attributes. They are not normally expected. If you put them, then automatically they become exciters. And there is one more category is called as indifferent quality attributes. Okay, even if you add anything, they will not make any sense. Take an example of the salt salt packing material. The nobody will think what is a packing cover for the salt. Okay, if you do the same thing with the any product or the groceries, then if you do the same some not what is that aesthetic coverings in case of the chocolates or the biscuits, then people will not buy. If you do with some products, then automatically they will that will not make any sense, or it will not make any indifference in the quality attributes. That kind of the things you have to think here, which product you are talking about and which product you are doing with that. Then how the customers you have to listen to the customer voices. There are so many ways and means to listen the customers. It can be very well presented with the fishbone diagram or Ishikawa diagram, or it is also called by the cause and effect diagram. Here the finally you have to listen to the voice of the customer. There are so many ways and means. Then first you have to understand who are your customers in case of the external and internal customers. Then what are the methods you have to use. Just now we have seen the comment card, toll free numbers, focus group, like that. There are so many methods. And how to verify those customer feedbacks. These things you will study in the later part of the chapter, where QFD you can see, and affinity diagrams you can see. All those methods will help you to verify the customer needs. Then you have to have the details by which you can get the details and listing and the data control, or you can have the data analysis. With that you can gather the data and they can be heard and they can be addressed. Then after listening to the customer voice, then the biggest challenge is the customer retention. Why the customer retention is to be done in any organization? To retain your brand value in the market, you need to keep the things or keep the people in touch with you. Okay, there are so many methods you can adopt or the strategies you can use to retain the customers. The first and foremost thing many companies will do is they set the goals for the organizations. With that goals they can sell the product, or they can retain the customers in continuation. And at the same time there are so many methods people are adopting. They are mapping the journey of the customers, how frequently the customers are coming to your product and how customers are not buying or purchasing. All those methods or the strategies can be used to see to retain your customer purchasing observations. Then communicate well and engage with your customers. Most of the time there are so many ways and means the companies are adopting to be in touch with the customers. You have to communicate either through any mode, either the social media or even the phone calls or even the emails. Any method you have to use to be in touch with the customers. Then they will feel happy that the company is listening to their voices. And at the same time you have to, the biggest challenge is educate your customers so that they will understand what the product is talking about. then the people will come back with the content of your product. If they know the technically the things of your product, they will come back. And you have to listen to your customer problems, okay, through either the focus group or toll free numbers. If you listen, if you solve those problems, then automatically the people will be retained with you. Then at the same time, you have to create a loyalty program. Okay, that means the customer should be retained for the long lasting. They can come back, and they can be addressed, and they can be recognized. If you give some numbers, then they can be addressed. Nowadays we are saying, whenever you go for any purchase in the um, markets, then the people will ask your phone number. With that phone number, they can see how frequently you are purchasing. That tracking is to be done. With that, they will identify with an unique identification number. Then you have to ask the feedback. When you ask the feedback and comply that, then automatically the people will feel happy and they will be retained. Then at the same time, the most important thing is, you have to, when you are in the sales, especially in the services, your frontline office people should be very good, and they are soft spoken, and they have to take care of the product or the services. If not, then automatically the people will not come back to your product or the services. Then you have to train, you have to offer the some valuable upsells. If you purchase one thing, then you can tell them, sir, next year you can purchase this product. Okay, if somebody is purchasing a 5 lakh car, after 5 years if they want to change the car, then you can ask them, and you can offer them a good car. Above that, upselling is to be done with the next product range, from the product range. Okay, at the same time, you should not, at any point of time, you should not create any friction with your customers. That friction should be avoided, or at least it should be reduced or minimized at any point of time. Okay, then by all these methods, you can able to retain your customers with organizations. This is how the customer retention will help you to progress in the market. Thank you.